Warning to viewers who haven't seen the movie. There are spoilers ahead. Hello everybody, and welcome to my review of Joker. Now, there is going to be spoilers in this video, so those of you who don't want spoilers, click off the video. Those of you who are still here either don't care about spoilers or have already seen the film. So, let's get into the video. So, Joker takes place in Gotham, of course, where we're learning about Arthur's life as his descent into madness, where he eventually becomes the Joker. So, this movie kind of acts as an origin story. So, in this film, Arthur lives with his mother in an apartment building in Gotham, which is run down and like crowded with tons and tons of criminals. Like, it's just overrun with criminals, and it's just a dirty, rundown place. At this time in history, Bruce Wayne is still a kid, and his parents are still alive. So during the movie, we slowly get to see Arthur's descent into madness, where he eventually becomes the Joker. He has a bunch of different diseases or disabilities. One of them is where he just laughs uncontrollably at the wrong time. And we see that used throughout the film. And it almost seems like he laughs when he's either stressed or he doesn't know what to do, which is really surprising because just the way they used it was interesting and surprising. You'd think that the Joker just laughs because he's, so fucked up. But we actually get to see that the Joker isn't a bad guy. Well, not at first. The character of Arthur isn't a bad guy. He just wants to bring happiness and be a clown and bring happiness to people. But people treat him like shit every day. And this is his reckoning. It leads him down the wrong path. He eventually decides to become the Joker at the end of the movie. And we see that he goes on the talk show with the late night show with Murray. I have to say it like that because it's really funny. I don't know why he says it like that in the movie. Like, instead of calling him Murray, he calls him Murray. Like, okay? So, enough about his obsession with saying Murray instead of Murray, but it's pretty funny. There were scenes in the movie where it was funny, like where he killed this guy he worked with, and there was a midget there, and the midget saw this, and he doesn't kill the midget because I guess he was the only guy who was ever nice to him. So he was like, "No, I'm not gonna kill you. It's fine. Just go." So he goes over to the door, and he's a midget, so he can only get the first three locks unlocked. And he's like, "Arthur, I could you help me?" So he gets up, covered in blood and stuff, and undoes the lock for him, and the guy runs away. But yeah, when I was watching that scene, I was like, why don't you just kill him too? I mean, he's gonna go off and tell people, so you might as well just kill him. But the reason he didn't kill him was because he was the only person in his whole life that was nice to him. And during the movie, we find out that his mother was abusive to him when he was a kid. And so this, of course, upset Arthur as well, to the point where he would suffocate her. And, it was just a messed up movie. And that's what I liked about it, is that Joker is a messed up character, and we finally get to see what led to his madness, why he became the Joker. And we get to see that the reason why Bruce Wayne doesn't kill the Joker is that, yeah, we find out that he's evil, but deep down inside of him, there is still that Arthur character in there somewhere that means good. So Batman never kills him. Batman doesn't kill anybody to begin with anyway, I don't think. Or at least doesn't try to kill people. But yeah, it was a pretty good movie. I liked it. I liked how we finally got to see how Joker became Joker, but I technically called it. I said that he was gonna be abused, he was gonna be beaten down, people were gonna be so cruel to him, and he was eventually gonna be his breaking point where he would become the Joker, the clown, Prince of Crime. Now, sounds like a good idea, but the way they set it up it was like 2 hours and 20 minutes, and for maybe 10 minutes at the end, he finally became the Joker. Why did you take so long to develop his character into the Joker? But the thing that was really creepy is that the way Joaquin Phoenix played the Joker really made it believe that he was a psychopath. Now, I'm pretty sure Joaquin Phoenix is not a psychopath. He just played the role really well. But for the movie, Joaquin Phoenix really made us believe that his Joker really was crazy and was really, upset because of what people were doing to him. And he even said this on his interview with Murray on the Late Show before he kills Murray. He says that nobody cares about me. I mean, you care about those people who try to jump me or those people who try to rape our women before you care about me. In fact, someone would hit me and beat me up and you just walk right on past me. He says that there is no love in this world, and the guy even says that you don't know who those people were. And he goes, I know who you are. You're not a very nice person. Murray, you showed my video and you laughed at it. So we find out, yeah, that he isn't a nice guy. Murray isn't a nice guy that Arthur thought he was. And by showing his video, he was showing that virtually no one in Gotham is nice. And the cool thing I liked that they did for the movie, another scene that was really good, was the rampage scene, where after Murray is taken away by the cops from the late night show with Murray, after he kills Marie in front of the audience, he gets taken away in a police car, and he sees that he's inspired all of these lowlifes to go on a rampage, a riot. And there's cars flying, there's buildings on fire, there's people dressed up in clown masks, pulling people out of cars and murdering them. There's flaming cars being thrown into buildings. It looks like something out of a monster attack movie. But this is all done by humans, so that's what even makes this worse. And as they're driving away, the Joker, of course, starts to laugh uncontrollably. And the guy's like, it's not funny. What you've done is not funny. Look what you've done here. And the Joker replies, it's beautiful, isn't it, though? And they get in a car accident caused by one of the people he's inspired. And this guy pulls him out of the car, lays him down on the hood of the police car until he wakes up, and he stands and basks in all the glory of what he's done. And when we finally get to see, closing to the end, finally get to see that death that DC movies have often teased us with, and we finally get to see full-fledged what happened to Bruce Wayne's parents. Because we've only seen, different angles at it, like they're hiding it, but we actually got to see that scene full-fledged, no holdback, and we get to see that this guy that the Joker has inspired with his rant about how people are cruel and treat everybody like shit. And so this guy comes up with a clown mask on, takes the mask off, and shoots the two parents in front of Bruce Wayne. And they just came out of a movie, and so we finally get to see that pearls flew, and we finally get to see who killed Bruce Wayne's parents, and that this will eventually lead to his upbringing where he turns into the Batman. So this is a very, very cool thing that they did. Clarifies that Bruce Wayne, through tragedy, became Batman and would help people. And through tragedy, the Joker went down the wrong road and became evil. So, pretty cool. But the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is don't be an asshole. Because people retaliate, they lose their shit, and they go insane. I mean, I myself went to very dark places during my high school time because my foster mother died, and then the people who I thought were friends were just, ridiculing me with terrible, terrible things, and I thought I was going to go insane. But but if it wasn't for the help of my family and friends, I wouldn't have gotten out of that dark place, and I probably would have been, an angry, miserable person, much like Arthur was for the majority of the movie. We meet Arthur, and his life is terrible. He often gets beat up for no apparent reason, just because people can beat him. It's like this movie is like freaking hate crime after hate crime. So when he finally does turn into the Joker, you're like, yes, we want to see them get what they deserve. So because his life is so miserable, he's just such a miserable person because people treat him like shit. And I really find this movie relatable, but at the same time, I want to touch up on something that a lot of people who are confused about. A lot of people said that maybe the dark web people were threatening to come on to the showings of movies and shoot up people on the showing of the movie, which is pretty scary. Of course, when I went to the showing, nobody burst in the door and started shooting up the place. Thank God. But a lot of people say that this movie condones violence. It makes it okay. It doesn't make violence okay. It just shows us the reality of the situation. What happens to people when they're pushed so far? What happens to a community that has no order? Like, this community was basically run down. All the rich people get all the things that they want, and the poor people are just left to rot. And we actually get to see that. And the garbage community is like, they're not funding garbage anymore. So garbage is sitting around, and rats are getting bigger and more mutated. And they even say that rats are harder to kill. The same thing with the rats and the garbage is happening down in New York. So, this is real life events. It is the bloody and cruel reality of it all. But I think that this movie deserves to be heard, not in, the way that people are twisting it out to be. Like it's violent, it's going to inspire people to be violent. Other movies have done that. Where they've been really violent and people are like, oh my god, no, it's too violent. Like, it's gonna send the wrong message. The Dark Knight was considered to be a really violent movie. Nobody went crazy. Nobody went and killed somebody over that movie. At least I certainly hope they didn't. But, yeah, everything's fine. I mean, just because it's too real for you doesn't mean that you shouldn't take the lesson in consideration. This movie teaches us about basically, Thomas Wayne is Donald Trump. Like, this movie has a lot of things in common with what's going on today. Thomas Wayne is basically Donald Trump. The rat thing is happening, obviously. The rat thing is very similar to what is happening in New York right now. And the crime rates in Gotham are very similar to the rise in murders and death that is happening throughout all around the world. So this movie very much teaches us about the shit that's going down and what's going to happen if we don't get our act together. So I like how they do that, even though it is ugly and nobody really wants to face the truth. It has to be thrown out there, and people just get pissed off about it because it's too real for them. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed my little message, my little rant about what this movie has to teach us, has to offer us. I hope you guys will reconsider this movie, because it is a quite good movie, and I don't think it's going to cause any backlash where people are going to go crazy and, kill people. I certainly hope not, though. But I hope you guys enjoyed the review. And I'll see you guys when I do my next Halloween review, which should be pretty soon. If I don't have something out for the next 2 weeks, I can guarantee you there will be more figure reviews starting on the 23rd of October. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next spooky Halloween review, and do take care.